C'est des conneries. I had that crab out of its shell and ready to dip in butter. Then one foot slips over the ledge and my whole rig is on her back. Did you see what he did to her?
Nothing that can't be fixed. You're lucky you got out with all your limbs.
Ah, keep your perspective to yourself, rookie. Fight a few giant crab monsters of your own, then speak to me of luck.
Fair enough.
Hey guys, it's Max92 and welcome back to another tryout. Today's tryout is on Lost Planet 3. Now, I've done a video on Lost Planet 2. There's a card, I think it's over here. So you can click that to go see that one. But even so, I don't really know what's happening in the story. This sort of just drops you into one of those parts where you kind of got the end happening and they're telling the story. I don't know if it's exactly the, like, what is it, in media res or whatever, where it's the middle. I feel like this is literally the end telling the beginning, rather, but maybe not. But compared to Lost Planet 2, this game has a bit more of a cinematic flair, and its lead character honestly feels like he could be played by Nicolas Cage.
God damn, it's cold. How long do you reckon before they come for us?
Depends on how off course we were blown by the storm. However, it appears the transponder guiding our welcoming party to this location was lost in the crash. Without that, our odds of survival are remote. I suggest we find it.
Stay here while I track it down.
There's just something about him that it gives me that vibe that I think Nicolas Cage could really play that character well, for whatever reason. Now this seems to be very different from Lost Planet 2. I didn't realize how different it was until I went back and sort of checked the footage I had to see what Lost Planet 2 looks like. And whereas Lost Planet 2 functions in this way where it's got like a Monster Hunter loop where you take contracts, go fight monster, come back, and it's got this more like Monster Hunter RPG, multiplayer focused, multiplayer encouraged type of system. This is more of a straightforward action adventure thing that brings me more in mind of like an Uncharted, though not really an Uncharted, but more of that like style of game where you're sort of doing a bit more linear or directed things, even though this does appear to have, you know, more of, it has some like RPG like systems and quests and stuff, but it's definitely not as involved as Lost Planet 2 was. This is a very different game. That being said, I do like this one quite a bit more, because like I said, Lost Planet 2 had more of a multiplayer encouraged type of system, whereas this feels more willing to let you play by yourself. It does have a multiplayer, and I don't know what that involves, but in the story, in the campaign or whatever, it's just a single player thing, and you play through it and do that, and it's got, you know, its deviations, its side quests, and that's a lot more interesting to me than the system of Lost Planet 2. As for negatives, I think in terms of its sort of like narrative concepts, like some of its characters and whatnot, I think it shows its age a little bit there. This game is from like 2013. It's got the sort of annoying techie guy who tries to be lovable, but he's really just annoying. It's got these little like character tropes that I'm like, it almost dates it a little bit, but it's not like to the point where I think it's a problem. It's just noticeable.
Don't worry about a thing. I am totally getting college credit for this gig. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Not in the mood. I read you.
The one other negative I have is that the aiming controls when I was playing, it just felt a bit finicky, and I wasn't, you know, especially when I was trying to aim down sights, I wasn't able to like point at things very well. I don't know. It's just sort of, there's something off with it, but like it's not too much, at least in what I played, it's not too much to where it becomes a problem. It's not like I'm dying because of it, but you know, it's a bit, it's noticeable. These are just two negatives that are noticeable. And overall, I think this game passes a tryout. I kept it installed. I didn't expect that I would, but I kept it installed so that I because I'm actually kind of interested in maybe finishing it at some point. So it passes this tryout, and that is, again, unexpected, because especially with my experience with the second game, this is an entirely different thing. We're here playing Lost Planet 2 because it's wintertime, and so we got the big Snow Planet game. That's the thing here. We're in the wintertime. I'm playing wintry games. Anyway, continuing on to the end bit. If you like the video, well, first off, down in the description you can find links to all sorts of places. Twitter, Patreon, Redbubble, Bandcamp. Down in the description, click those links, follow me, do whatever you do there. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike the video, the dislike button. If you want to keep up with this and other shows on the channel, you can subscribe if you have things to say. What do you think about the Lost Planet series? Do you prefer the Lost Planet 2 style or the Lost Planet 3 style of game? Leave a comment. Share the video. Do the things. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!